Hello beautiful detox family. Welcome to my channel Parasites to Paradise. Such an interesting name, isn't it? Parasites to Paradise. You can subscribe to my channel. Today's discussion is about supplements versus real foods. So let's do this, all of us. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale, and let's just take the hat off. The hat that says you should listen to others. And let's take it off, put it aside, and let's bring another hat and put it on. And the hat that we're going to put on today is going to be a common sense hat. Think for myself. How about that? Sounds good? I think we have a plan. All right. So as I said, today's discussion is supplements versus real foods. What would you choose? Please let me know in the comments. Supplements or real foods or both? Okay, so please let me know in the comments. Okay. Supplements. When we detox our body, we probably need supplements, but we also need real foods. So what are supplements and what are real foods? Let's make the distinction. Okay, remember the hat that says common sense hat. Okay, so let's do some thinking, introspection, meditation, thinking. Supplements are meant to supplement. It's very simple, right? So in other words, you eat real foods and you don't get enough, the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, and you need to supplement because you don't get enough of that nutrition, minerals, vitamins. Real foods is when you eat real foods. And I want to mention what real foods are. Real foods are the ones that are not genetically modified, that are organically grown or locally grown without pesticides or any type of chemicals or insecticides or glyphosate or heavy metals or sprays or anything, okay? And they grow in the dirt, in soil, and they need water, good water, and they need sun. And of course, we need good seeds. Again, non-genetically modified seeds, the good ones. These are real foods. The real foods are as close to the earth as possible. And when you eat them, you cooked from the scratch with these real foods and not the ones that you buy from the store that are already processed in a package. And when you look at the ingredients, you will see a lot of ingredients, right? A lot of them you cannot even pronounce their name, and they're very toxic. And guess where the toxins in those foods end up? In your liver. Because the liver has so many functions. And liver, I'm fascinated by the functionality of the liver and what the liver can do. It's your mighty liver. That's why I keep telling, people that follow me, I ask them to repeat together with me, the mighty liver, right? Because it's so amazing. It really takes care of us. Liver can filter blood, can do a lot of things, can create bile and a lot of things, but it's the main organ of detoxification. If the liver doesn't function properly, it cannot process the toxins, it cannot release the toxins. So where do the toxins go? They are being reabsorbed in the body, in your blood, in your brain, in your gut, in your kidneys, in your skin, especially your skin. So if there is skin issues, your liver might be toxic, overwhelmed. These are the toxins from foods. Then we have toxins from parasitic infections. And if you follow my channel, you know that I talk a lot about parasitic infections. That's why the name of this channel is Parasites to Paradise. Because there is a solution, always a solution. Unfortunately, the world is full of parasitic infections and toxins. And it's crazy. But again, there are solutions. And the solution is to detox your body, in particular your liver. So, if you eat real foods, your liver doesn't work so hard to process the toxins because the liver already has nutrients and minerals and vitamins from the real foods, right? So just remember the common sense hat. Now, supplements. A lot of supplements are toxic. There are some supplements that are great, and don't get me wrong, I don't bash supplements or even medication. No, I am not here to do anything like that. I'm here to just make the difference between supplements and real foods. Some supplements, I look at the bottles of their ingredients, toxins, a lot of toxins. I've done research for many years, since I was in my 20s. I've done a lot of research. Some supplement can create more havoc in the body if you take them, especially if you don't know how to take them. If you take too much selenium, for example, you get depleted in iodine. And you might ask, oh Lily, how much selenium shall I take? I'm not here to tell you how much selenium to take or how many supplements. Ask your doctor, because they know. And also read the instructions on the bottle. Read the ingredients, read everything about that. What I can tell you is that Brazilian nuts have plenty of selenium. They're rich in selenium. But then some people say, yeah, Lily, but you know what? Selenium needs to be paired with iodine. How much iodine shall I take? I don't know. You have to talk to your doctor and read the instructions on the bottle you're taking, the supplement, right? However, what I can tell you is that iodine, it's found in seaweed. So, for example, if you eat your seaweed and if you eat 2-3 Brazilian nuts a day, you have selenium and you have iodine. So, selenium and iodine are well known for detoxing your body. See where I'm coming from? I'm talking about real foods. You can get your vitamins, your nutrients, your minerals from real foods. Our bodies are designed to eat real foods. Our livers are designed to detox. Our livers detox every single second. They're detoxing. They're helping with detoxing the toxins, releasing the toxins. But we need to help the liver. We really need to help the liver and stop eating junk food and garbage that it's not aligned with our human nature. God created us to eat real foods. It's important. Let me tell you this. Many years ago, I went to San Francisco and we went through some farms in California, and we rolled down the window and we noticed this horrible smell. These farms use a lot of toxins, and we have to roll up the window. I said, oh my God, let's get the hell out of here because it's ridiculous. I don't know how these people live in this environment. We also stopped and there was an apple orchard. We stopped at the orchard and everything was perfect, very manicured, no weeds, no bugs, no birds, no nothing. And I'm looking at my husband and I said, what do you think? And the apples, oh my God, big. You think that they're healthy apples, right? And I was like, would you eat those apples? I said, hell no. I said, where are the birds? Because we know I have a good friend of mine, I don't know where he is right now. He's a great old soul. And he was telling me one time, he was saying, Lily, if you get stranded on an island and you don't know, you need to eat. What do you eat? How do you know that the foods, the plants that you are eating are not poison? Because let's face it, some of the plants and herbs or even mushrooms are poisonous. They're very poisonous. We know that. So I said, I don't know. He said, watch and observe the birds. Whatever they eat, you eat. Remember that. Because if the birds are eating, the birds have common sense. Remember that. They know what's poisonous and what's not. So I said, interesting. So when we visited that orchard and I didn't see any birds, I was like, whoops, that's really bad. Anyways, there are farms and orchards that grow their foods and vegetables and fruits in a natural organic way. That means no GMO foods, no pesticides, no glyphosates, no heavy metals, no sprays. The water, it's the well water, and it's not from the city with a lot of chlorine and fluoride. Although I want to mention that the earth, it's filtering the toxins. A lot of people will say, yeah, Lily, but you know what? These foods, our soil, that's the common argument that I hear. The soil is depleted because of the pesticides and the farmers' way of polluting our foods. I said, yes, but let's face it, not all the farms. And then what about the supplements? The supplements, where do supplements come from? Just ask yourself this question. Where are the supplements coming from, right? They come from Earth. And the soil is polluted according to people that are talking about the supplement, the soil being polluted, right? And then depleted, not polluted, polluted both and depleted. And I say, okay, fine. Number one, there are different places on earth where there is a wrong way of doing farming, and there are great other places on earth there is the right way of doing farming, like the old traditional ways, of course, with new technology, but still close to the earth, in alignment with Mama Earth, which is very important, in harmony with the earth. That's very important, because let's face it, these days everything is either artificial, synthetic, poisonous, genetically modified, and so on. We want to go as close to nature as possible. We need to go back to the basics. And so there are farms, like for example, the local farm that I visit and I get my foods from, it's from Malibu. It's a Carry Class B Intuitive Forager. If you're in California, visit that, especially close to LA. They have a biodynamic farm. They grow their foods in harmony with nature, with no sprays, no pesticides whatsoever, and in a beautiful environment, because they have good bugs. They can eat the bad bugs, so they don't need to spray. You know what I'm coming from? Just let's do some thinking here. So there are a lot of people on Earth, on planet Earth, that eat, and then they grow their foods in a natural way, in harmony with the earth. And then there are the big farms. They grow the food for consumption, which is no soul, everything artificial, and it's bad for our bodies and for our liver, of course, right? Because we mentioned the liver being the main organ of detoxification. So what's your job? Your job is to educate yourself. Nobody can heal you but you. It is time for us to take our health into our own hands. It's crucial, it's important, it's imperative these days, especially with what's going on, because we have so many toxins that are bombarding us. It's ridiculous. Also, the number of parasitic infections after 2019, crazy skyrocketing. We need to get educated. We need to be aware of what's going on. Now, some of the supplements, as I mentioned, assuming that you've done your homework and you get the right supplements. I like supplements. However, I don't want to rely on supplements. I want my number one, liver to be detoxed, to be clean, so it can absorb the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, and I want the parasitic infections out of my body, so I want to make sure that I do not pollute my liver and my body. That's very important, because parasites release toxins, gases, and they poop inside of you. You have to poop for them as well, not only for you. Yes, I just said that. Yeah, I'm not shy. I used to be very shy, by the way. Anyways, supplements in that situation, for example, when I travel, I take supplements with me. But what I've seen in one of my groups, detox groups, one lady posted some pictures and the entire kitchen was just full of boxes of supplements. And she's like, I don't know, give me some ideas, because I don't know how to arrange my supplements. And I was like, oh my goodness, like big bags and bottles and everything supplement. It's like, why can't we just eat our real food? I have clients in my groups that grow their own foods in the desert, herbs, fruits, and vegetables in their own small, tiny little gardens in the desert. We can grow our foods. Or do your research. Farmers market that they know how to grow their vegetables. I mentioned no pesticides, no chemicals. Ask what kind of seeds do they use. If they use genetically modified, do not buy them. I mean, do whatever you want, but that's my opinion. Or also, water well. What do they need? What do we need in order to grow our food, right? I mean, the plants and vegetables and fruits. We need sun, number one, and we have the sun. Thank God, we still have the sun. They don't cover the skies, right? We have water, comes from the earth. And we need good soil. We need the soil. And what else do we need? And we need the seeds, as I mentioned. So it's important. Just do your research about real foods, okay? Now, supplements, I agree. If I travel, I would take with me activated charcoal because it detoxes the body in case you get poison from a food or anything like that. Activated charcoal is one of the most powerful binders on planet Earth. What does it mean, binder? It binds to toxins and it scores them out safely. Okay, it can be very strong, and I guess it can, it releases the toxins. It's a great. I mean, they use it in hospitals, so it's a great thing. So I take activated charcoal with me. I take magnesium with me, which is magnesium citrate. If just in case I get constipated from whatever foods I eat when I travel, especially airplane, they have the worst foods ever. It's not what they used to have before, but now it's ridiculous. Anyways, so, and I get a lot of things, but I want to make sure that I eat real foods, and I want to make sure that my liver, it's cleansed, is detox, so it can absorb the nutrients and also it can release the toxins that we are bombarded by. So supplements versus real foods. What's your choice? Again, I'm asking you this question. I think this discussion can continue, but I think it's very important to, again, do some thinking. Remember, common sense. Because what's happening these days, we are trying to, we are just, we are moving away from natural ways and the basic. We are moving away from our ancestors. And that's not okay, because where's the world going? Everything is becoming artificial. Everything is artificial. Our food, it's, before, when I remember when I was little, and then I grew up with my big family, and my grandmother had a big garden. She's got like a flower garden, and then she had an orchard with fruits, and then she grew her own animals, and then we had vegetables and herbs and wild berries and a lot of things. And I remember that she would cook, and then the entire family would come. She would cook only 2 or 3 meals, and then everybody would eat the same thing. Now, if you go to a restaurant, everybody has issues, like gluten issues, raw vegan, no meat eater, carnivore, a lot of things. And my grandma lived until she was in her 80s, and then she was, I mean, she didn't have all this technology that's happening today. I mean, they all have compost. Nothing was thrown away. Everything was recycled, and it was amazing. It was amazing. But what's going on these days? It's crazy. If we start eating real foods, we don't need so many supplements. That's for sure. If we start detoxing our liver, which again is the main organ of detoxification, and if we are fatigued, it's because the liver doesn't function properly. Remember that. If we are energized, liver functions. Okay. The same thing with parasites. Get rid of parasites, cleanse your liver, start eating real foods. If you need supplements here and there, especially at the beginning, read the ingredients on the supplements, and then make your own supplements. I mean, come on. For example, as a binder, I use, and also as a mineral, I use Redmond clay. And you might be asking, Lily, are you crazy? Are you eating dirt? Well, it's been that forever. Number one, the clay has so many minerals, right? So many minerals. You don't have to take supplements. You just do the clay. The same thing with salt. If you do the Celtic salt, it's got so many minerals. And if you eat the Celtic salt, just put it underneath the tongue, drink just a tiny little bit. Drink the water, it hydrates. There is so much information but you have to keep on the common sense hat and stay away from the other hat. I mean, that's my opinion. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay, guys, I'm Lily, and please let me know in your comments, what do you think? Supplements, real foods, both of them. Also, I make, as I mentioned, I make my own tinctures. Herbal tinctures that I use for killing parasites and I use for supporting my liver. For example, dandelion, it's a weed, right? It's a weed. I make a tincture of dandelion. It's great for kidneys, it's great for supporting the liver, great for eradicating parasites from the body. All you need is a bottle of high-grade alcohol and organic herbs. You just mix them together. There is another video I'm going to put below this one. And then you have your own supplements, because I used to get my own tinctures from the health food store. And when I look at the bottle, they said, okay, you have to drink like between, I remember, 15 to 20 drops 3 or 4 times a day. In the little bottles. In 2 days, 3 days, the bottle was gone. And it was like quite expensive. I said, why do I have to do that? How about, the old way, the way that my grandmother and my mother used to make the old tinctures with alcohol and with herbs. So I was like, you know what? Plus, they're more potent. You create a synergy with the plant. When you do that, you create harmony with what's happening, and you make it yourself. There's so many benefits in doing that. I'm gonna leave a video, below this video. So there's so many ways that you can choose. Again, keep this hat on, please. Keep the common sense hat on, because we are going to a different direction, the synthetic and artificial direction. And that direction is not in harmony with Mama Earth and with God, with nature. It's not, unfortunately. So do your own research, stay present, stay awakened, stay true to yourself. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live in a state of joy and abundance. We all deserve that. Choose this. Blessings. I'm Lily, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Bye. Mwah.